In 2026, one decision in a narrow strip of ocean didn't just spike oil prices. It exposed how fragile our entire energy system really is. Overnight, millions realized if someone closes a single oil choke point, our wallets, our grids, and even our climate goals all start to crack.
Wait, you mean one place in the world can mess with gas prices everywhere?
Exactly. And that's why this isn't just a story about war and markets. It's about why staying on fossil fuels makes us hostages, and how clean energy and even off-grid systems become survival tools, not just green extras. This is Oil Apocalypse 2026, how the Iran war just made renewables the only option.
Okay, so what actually happened? It feels like another scary headline.
A major oil choke point is suddenly at risk. Tankers slow, insurance costs explode, and in days, global oil and gas prices jump. News focuses on missiles and markets, but almost nobody asks what this does to emissions, climate targets, and ordinary people trying to keep the lights on.
So it's not just paying more for gas, it's whether we get locked into fossil fuels for decades longer, right when we're supposed to phase them out.
Exactly. In this video, we follow 3 dominoes. 1. How this shock shows our dangerous dependence on fossil fuels. 2. How it turbocharges renewables and makes people search for escape routes. And 3. How it could push off-grid and resilient systems into the mainstream.
So we're talking big picture geopolitics and what I can actually do at home?
First, we zoom out. How an oil scare anywhere sends shockwaves everywhere. Then we zoom in. Why clean energy flips from do it for the planet to do it so you're not hostage to someone else's oil war or a fragile grid. And at the end, we'll show how this moment sets up 3 levels of resilience you can build yourself in the next video.
How did we end up so vulnerable to one region and one fuel?
For years, oil felt invisible, a number on a gas station sign. Behind that number is a global machine. Tankers, pipelines, refineries, and a few choke points where a huge share of the world's oil must pass.
So when one of those places is caught in conflict, it's like pinching a garden hose that feeds the whole planet.
Exactly. When tension flares, traders panic, prices jump, and you see oil prices surge and gas prices 2026 everywhere. People Google oil shortage 2026, inflation oil war, even EV oil prices, trying to understand how this hits their lives.
And governments feel that pressure too.
Big time. Expensive fuel tempts leaders to approve more drilling, delay coal closures, and double down on fossil infrastructure for security, even if it wrecks climate promises.
And the war itself? Armies don't run on sunshine.
Wars are fossil fuel events. Jets, tanks, ships, bases. They burn huge amounts of oil and gas. Every escalation pumps extra CO2 and pollution into the air right when we should be cutting it.
And because energy feels scarce, countries grab whatever's fastest, even if it's dirtier.
Exactly. They reopen coal temporarily, keep gas subsidies, and approve emergency drilling. One regional conflict can lock the world into years more fossil emissions, long after the headlines fade. That creates a brutal choice. Keep fuel cheap now and blow past climate targets, or protect the climate and watch voters rage at the pump.
No wonder they keep kicking the can down the road.
That's why renewables, and especially resilient local systems, stop being a nice idea and become the only real way out.
You said clean energy used to be sold as a moral choice. What changed?
For years the pitch was, go solar, drive electric, do it for the planet. In 2026, it flipped. Go solar, drive electric, do it so you're not hostage to someone else's oil war, or to a grid that collapses every time there's a crisis.
So it went from be a good person to protect your own future.
Exactly. Alongside Iran war and oil prices surge, you see oil war renewables, green energy crisis, nuclear power now, even home solar battery trending. People aren't just looking for someone to blame, they're looking for an exit ramp from the fossil roller coaster.
But renewables still rely on global trade. Panels and batteries don't fall from the sky.
True, solar, wind and batteries depend on ships, factories and minerals that can be affected by war or sanctions. Delays and price spikes happen. The difference is, once you build a solar farm or wind park, the fuel is free and local. The sun and wind don't pay tolls through a strait.
So you suffer once while you build, but you're safer afterwards.
Exactly. Finished clean energy systems make you less dependent on fossil choke points for decades.
That brings us to off-grid and almost off-grid systems. Is this crisis really pushing people there?
It is. While governments argue, more people quietly build their own mini-systems. Rooftop solar with a battery, balcony panels, backyard battery boxes, rainwater tanks, even small shared microgrids.
So instead of just hoping the grid stays on, they're saying, I'll build my own backup.
Exactly. Some cities are adding solar plus battery hubs, so fridges, Wi-Fi, and basic lighting survive blackouts or heat waves. In rural areas, off-grid solar kits already power homes that never had reliable diesel or grid electricity. For them, bypassing oil is just practical.
And every resilient home or hub is one less pressure point pushing leaders to burn more fossil fuel just to keep the lights on.
Off-grid and resilient systems cut demand for war-risk fuels and cut emissions at the same time. They turn energy from something you passively buy into something you actively design.
So what paths can the world choose from here?
Path 1. Double down on oil. Drill more, build more pipelines, keep old plants running for security. Short-term comfort, long-term disaster. Path 2. The messy mix. More oil, more gas, more renewables, some nuclear. Better than nothing, but still vulnerable to the next oil shock. Path 3. Use the crisis to sprint. Invest hard in renewables, electrified transport, efficiency, and resilient local systems, from national grids down to homes.
Basically, stop playing fossil roulette and build a system that doesn't collapse every time someone closes a valve.
Exactly. For the climate and for ordinary people, Path 3 is the only one that really reduces both risk and emissions.
If you could show all this in one graph, what would it be?
2 lines. Fossil fuels' share of our energy and clean energy's share. In one future, the fossil line dips slowly but stays dominant because every crisis made us cling tighter to oil.
In the other, 2026 is the turning point where we decide we're done being hostages and clean, resilient systems rise fast. And which one we get depends on what we build now, not what we promise on stage.
Exactly. If we use this shock to accelerate clean power and resilience, this oil apocalypse could actually cut more emissions than a decade of speeches. If we don't, we'll pay twice, at the pump and in floods, fires, and food shocks.
So what can someone watching actually do next?
In this video, we looked at the big systems.
In our next episode, we'll break down 3 levels of off-grid and grid-light setups you can start building yourself, from simple plug-in solar to serious home systems and community hubs. Basically, how to make your home or your neighborhood as oil war-proof as possible.
If you want to see how all this connects, watch the next video in our channel. And if you don't want to miss that off-grid blueprint, subscribe and turn on notifications. And follow us on Instagram at @thegreenblueprint_TGB.
Thanks for watching The Green Blueprint. Stay green, stay healthy, stay informed.